But what does this great technological leap forward mean for creativity? Tonight we've assembled together a panel of 4 designers and artists and technologists who will explain how they are transforming the production process and how they're thinking about the democratization of technology and material culture. Okay, so our first speaker tonight is Andrew Simpson. Andrew Simpson's built a reputation for his elegant design aesthetic. After completing an honours degree in industrial culture from the University of Technology in Sydney, he built up a very successful design consultancy, which many of you are probably aware of, called Vert Design. Andrew is committed to designing products that inspire intelligence, strength, and are a reflection of the people who use them. He's also interested in how these products can be made in an ecologically sustainable fashion. His products have ranged from furniture to medical equipment, and he's worked with companies such as Sony, Nestle, and Sydney Water. Andrew is a partner of the Best Practice Plastics, which, apart from being a bit of a mouthful, are an environmentally sustainable plastics manufacturer. He's also the co-founder of the Balmain boat company, who create do-it-yourself flat-packed boats. So just keep that image in mind as we welcome Andrew Simpson to the panel.
Thanks, Ross. That was a great warm-up to the speech. I'll start. So, Andrew Simpson. So these are my 2 websites. I'll do some gratuitous self-promotion. Go to verdesign.com.au or the balmainboatcompany.com. And I'm going to start by talking about the Balmain Boat Company. So it's a project I started some years ago, and it was really around enabling DIY culture. So I'll go to the first images. For the Biennale some years ago on Cockatoo Island, I got the idea of building a boat and rowing out there, and I built a boat, so I CAD modelled one up. I cut out a whole bunch of the parts using a CNC router, and then I cut the other bits by hand and built a boat and rowed out, and got chased off by the security guards. I explained to them I built it myself, and they let me stay and gave me a little cart to drive around on. And but I've built thousands of things a year as a designer, like making little prototypes or things that go into millions of volumes of production, and there's nothing more enjoyable than building a boat. There's something about sitting out there on the water in this thing that is, it's very, very enjoyable. So this is one of the finished boats. So I've built that in my hallway, in my studio in Redfern. And this one I put together in 4 hours. So I get the parts. There's 42 bits, just because I'm a Douglas Adams fan. And so they come as bits. You make the frame, and then so this is all the tools you need. You get a hammer, some glue, some paddle pop sticks, and this is a friend of mine, Nicole, still putting one together. She's a digital marketer and a very intelligent woman, but maybe not a great handy person. And so we set the challenge that if Nicole can build it, anybody can build it. And to her own tribute, she built one. She rowed out to Cockatoo Island. It didn't sink. There's some questionable rowing techniques, but and so these are some of the parts. It's a finished one. There's some photos on the water. So I guess I wanted to talk about the boat. It's not cutting-edge technology. You know, CNC cutting is pretty old-fashioned now, but I think this is something I'd love to bring to people, to engage them with building something with their hands again, and in a way that it seems like a big project. You know, building a boat is something that somehow seems like a hard thing to do, and people say, well, won't it sink, won't it? And it's really achievable. I've made it very, very simple. You know, it's yeah, if you can hammer a nail and ice a cake, then you can do this. And so the motto I've been running with is, we make dads look like legends. You know, you can sort of get this as a kit, and you can't stuff it up. You know, and through the design process, I was thinking about what does the person actually look like while they're doing this? You know, how do they hold it? Is it too awkward? Do they look clumsy? So Balmain Boat Company, that's that one. And there I am, proof that they float. And so I guess there's people who are going to talk a lot more sophisticatedly about more sophistication about 3D printing, but I'm an end user, so I've been getting rapid prototypes made for maybe 10 years now. So starting with the days of FDM, and then there was some good SLA stuff, so stereolithography, so FDM's form deposition modelling, which is going on over there, and SLA is like a sintering process. So I've been using this for large projects, you know, for injection moulded projects. As Ross mentioned, I am partner in injection moulding firms, so we create very expensive tools and mass produce objects. So we're prepared to spend a lot of money on prototypes to make sure everything's right, and we're not going to get any mistakes. So I've been using this process for years, but just recently the price has come down dramatically, and that's partly due to the shapeways, which you'll hear about later. Which makes it much more accessible. So we've been using this thing for all sorts of fun now. Like it's no longer becomes a considered purchase. We can spend our time CAD modelling and then just make things. So I made these glasses just for today, as I figured why not. This is my friend Billy, and she's devastated that I've shown this. So there's some different styles we've played with. The ones at the top were the ones I really wanted, but shapeways are so popular now that the lead time it's gone right out. So
sorry. Give me the order number and I'll make it happen for you.
So this is just fun. I've ordered these today. I had an idea at lunchtime, you know, with a pencil behind my ear. I thought, oh well, I'll make those. This is a phone I made. I made this a couple of weeks ago. So you get cancer now officially from mobile phones. So I hold that up, and I've just used the Apple earbuds and microphone because I didn't want to create all the electronics myself. So 3D printing amazing for this sort of stuff. You know, just having an idea. Yep. Okay. But this is a whole bunch of stuff that people are making. Like if you look online at what people are making, a lot of it's rubbish. Like it's little figurines, it's rings, So I guess I just wanted to raise this to say, just because people can make stuff using this amazing technology, maybe they shouldn't be. And talk about the RepRap. I've run out of time, haven't I, Jess? No, okay. So RepRap, there's one over here, or a version of, over here working. So this is like public domain 3D printing. So a whole bunch of guys developed this. They took what is, I think, the cutting edge technology, and they democratised it. So they worked out the systems themselves. They put it all online. The parts are available. You could make what they called a rep strap, which was you got one end, made it out of timber, and then you use that one to make a rep wrap. Amazing, like what these guys are doing, really exciting, but it's not as easy as it seems. So this one over here is a company called rapman.com.au, and they'll provide the kit for you. So they take all that knowledge that's happened in the public domain, and they've commercialised it in a way that you can actually get it out of the box and use it. So I've tried to make rep wraps on a couple of occasions, not to great success.
So Andrew, what are we making over here? Can you tell us a little bit?
We're making a helix, similar to this black helix here. And we're making that shape because it's hollow, so it can be made quickly, and it looks impressive. So there's other ones you can get, like a MakerBot. So it's all, you know, the things that's exciting about it to me are they're using the technologies in which they're making. So these are laser cut parts which are used to make a 3D printer. So it's using prototype technology to make a prototyping machine. So even though it's sort of done in a reasonably agricultural way, it's sort of it seems like stuff in the future, like robots making robots. Yeah. So it's some printing, some different printing, and some more self-promotion.